Hello students, welcome to right back again in my e-teaching session. Here Neeraj Mishra, the computer teacher of your school, again came back with a new video in which I shall explain about the perspective of communication and the communication barrier. This is the topic of chapter 3. Students, as the chapter 3 was completed, but through this video I will focus on some important facts of the chapter. Students, as you know, we have already completed chapter 3 through the video session, and in that video I learnt about the different things such as what is communication, what are the modes of communication, why the communication is important to us, how can improve our communication skill, and so on. So here, as we know, the communication is a process of exchanging and sharing our views, ideas, thoughts, etc. with someone. And we know also about our communication will be meaningful only when the receiver understand and know what I want to say. If they are not decoding our sent information in the same manner, then our communication will be not effective, will be not meaningful. So it is concluded that the conveyed message must be analyzed by a receiver in the same manner as it has been sent after the communication will be meaningful. So here the word perspection refers the probability of communication. The word perspection refers the probability of communication. That tells us how we think about the situation in a reasonable manner. The visual perspection also focus on how messages have been created, how the messages have been produced, how they are distributed among the people, and how they are interpreted, and what the consequences of our message sending. So we'll focus on this all the facts. Students, as we know, communication is the most decisive process, no matter how good and well formed the communication system is. It is affected by many unavoidable things, and which are known as barrier of communications. So communication barrier refers all those things such as differences of languages, environment, visual perception, past experience, and prejudices that hamper and destroy our communication system. So it is necessary to reduce the barriers for effective communication. As students, as we knew about the meaning of barriers and the things that hamper our communication system, here I am including the two important barriers types for class 10, notably has been given the class 10, but may also be important for the class 9. So as per the weekly syllabus prefer, I am only including the two important, describing only about the two important barriers. The first one is linguistic barrier. What is linguistic barrier? Linguistic barriers means the barrier of language. As students, as we live in those surroundings where different languages are spoken, even in the few kilometers the languages are changed. These differences are seen all around the world. Different people speaks different languages and these differences of languages is the great barriers of our communication. So, during communication, the communicator must speak and must keep these barriers in their mind. They should use those languages which could be easily understood by the sender and receivers at the same time. Second one, the psychological barrier. The psychological issues such as fear, speech disorder, phobia, depression, stress, etc. also temper with the smooth communication. All these things are sometimes difficult to manage and produce unavoidable situations in effective communication. Here are some psychological barriers such as negative body attitudes, slur, may also be known as a stigma, fear of failure, lack of confidence, lack of understanding, and physical actions and so on. So after this line, I have completed the explanation of the two important barriers. The first one is the linguistic barrier, and the second one is psychological barriers. So we'll meet you again in the next video. So thank you. Have a nice day.